A customer submits a complaint. Management calls an urgent meeting. The quality team gathers everyone involved. Within an hour, someone confidently says, "I know exactly what caused the problem." Everyone agrees. A corrective action is assigned. The report is closed. Everyone moves on. 3 months later, the same exact problem happens again. Sound familiar? If it does, you are not alone. Organizations around the world spend thousands of hours conducting root cause analysis, yet many continue experiencing the same recurring problems. Why? Because they never found the real cause in the first place. They found the most obvious cause, the most convenient cause, or worse, the person to blame. In this video, we are going to uncover why root cause analysis often fails and how data visualization can transform the way organizations solve problems forever. Sanyimbachi Story is my name. The biggest myth about root cause analysis. Many people think root cause analysis is simply asking, why did this happen 5 times? That's where the famous 5 whys technique comes from. But here is the problem. If the first answer is wrong, every answer that follows will also be wrong. Root cause analysis isn't about asking more questions. It's about asking better questions supported by evidence. Without data, root cause analysis becomes opinion analysis, and opinions rarely eliminate recurring problems. Mistake number 1, jumping to conclusions. Imagine a manufacturing defect suddenly increases. The production manager immediately blames operators. The operators blame suppliers. The suppliers blame raw material specifications. Maintenance blames equipment age. Quality blames process non-compliance. Everyone has a theory. Very few have evidence. The organization wastes weeks debating instead of learning. When decisions are driven by assumptions rather than facts, organizations fix as symptoms instead of causes. Mistake number 2, looking at one incident instead of patterns. One customer complaint tells a story. 100 complaints reveal the truth. Yet many investigations focus on individual events. They may never ask questions like, which department experiences the highest failure rates? What time of day do defects increase? Which products generate the most complaints? Which supplier appear most frequently? Which locations have recurring issues? Patterns reveal causes. Individual events often hide them. Mistake number 3, collecting data nobody understands. Organization loves spreadsheets, rows, columns, thousands of numbers. Unfortunately, the human brain wasn't designed to recognize patterns inside massive tables. That's why 2 people can examine the same spreadsheet and reach completely different conclusions. Numbers alone rarely inspire action. Visuals do. The moment information becomes visible, relations become obvious, outliers stand out, trends emerge, recurring failures become impossible to ignore. Why data visualization changes everything. Imagine replacing hundreds of spreadsheet rows with a simple dashboard. A Pareto chart immediately shows that 78% of customers' complaints come from only 2 process steps. A trend chart reveals defects spiked every Friday afternoon. A heat map identifies one production line responsible for most failures. A control chart detects processing instability before customers even notice defects. A geographical map highlights that complaints come primarily from one regional office. Suddenly, root cause analysis stops being guesswork. It becomes evidence-based decision making. Data doesn't replace human thinking. Here is an important point. Data visualization doesn't tell you the root cause. It tells you where to investigate. Think of it as a flashlight in a dark room. It doesn't solve the mystery. It simply shows where to look. The quality team still needs to interview employees, observe processes, review processes, validate evidence, and verify whether the identified cause truly explains the problem. Data guides investigation. People discover solutions. The 5 visualizations every quality profession should use. First is the Pareto, which is based on the famous 80-20 principle. Instead of solving 20 different problems, it helps you identify the few causes responsible for most failures. Second, trend charts. Quality problems rarely happen randomly. Visualizing defects over time reveals whether performance is improving, deteriorating, or reacting to specific events. Third, heat maps. These instantly highlight where problems concentrate by department, by process, by location, or even by hour of the day. Fourth, control charts. One of the most powerful tools in quality management. They distinguish normal process variation from unusual events requiring investigations. Instead of reacting to every small fluctuation, organizations focus on statistically significant changes. And finally, interactive dashboards. Modern platforms like Power BI allow leaders to filter quality data by product, supplier, department, customer, process owner, or reporting period. Instead of waiting days for reports, managers discover insights in seconds. That's the power of visualizations. ISO 9001 has been saying this all along. Many people think ISO 9001 is about documentation, but one of its strongest messages is evidence-based decision making. Organizations are expected to monitor, measure, analyze, and evaluate process performance. Collective actions should be based on objective evidence, not assumptions. Continual improvement depends on understanding facts before implementing solutions. A dashboard isn't just attractive, it is a decision-making tool, and when combined with root cause analysis, it dramatically improves organizational learning. A practical example. Imagine the organization receives 600 customer complaints every month. Without visualization, every complaint appears equally important. The quality team becomes overwhelmed, but after building a dashboard, something remarkable appears. Almost 70% of complaints originate from one service center. Most occur during weekends. Nearly all involve new employees with less than 6 months of experience. Now the organization becomes focused. Instead of restraining the entire organization, management strengthens onboarding, improves weekend supervision, and standardizes work instructions at one location. Compliance levels stopped significantly, not because the organization worked harder, because it investigated smarter.